Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Mark from Burton Bibles, and today we're going to be looking at the New Cambridge Paragraph Bible. This is the version with the Apocrypha. It's the King James Version, which has been edited by David Norton. And from what I can make out from the blurb on the back and having read it a bit as well, it is basically the King James Version that has been sort of dusted up and the cobwebs blown off it, so to speak, and it has just got some spelling corrections and some word corrections to bring it into the more sort of modern. It's not a translational kind of work. It's not like the New King James Version or anything like that. It's the established text of the King James Version, and it's been collated with the translator's original work in order to give the reader as closely as possible the exact text that the translators decided on. So that's basically the premise, and with the modern spelling and presentation, it's just making the KJV easier to read, basically. Now, this is the first edition, so the difference between the first edition and second edition, as far as I'm aware, is size. So this is quite a big Bible, as you can probably see. It is what, about 11 inches, no, 10.5 inches long, and it's over 7 inches wide, about 7.5 inches wide, and the thickness on it is 1 3/4 inches. So it's a big Bible. And the second edition, which I think you can still buy, is basically a personal sized Bible. I'll give you just a little glance at my new hardback version of the New Cambridge Paragraph Bible. As you can see, it is a lot smaller, certainly in terms of footprint anyway. So without further ado, let's take a look at this Bible. It says it's bound in real leather. Now, this feels to me like Berkshire leather, which is a pigskin leather, or possibly a French Morocco leather, which is more like a sheepskin leather. But it's very nice. It's pretty decent. It feels hard wearing. It's supple enough. Vinyl paste down liner in this Bible. Now, as we look into it, because it is the first edition, it does have some publication information on the inside, and you'll see there that it is actually printed in Great Britain, in the UK, at the University Printing House in Cambridge, where I was just the other week. So it goes back to 2005 when this edition was first published. The more up-to-date edition, the second edition, was not printed in the UK. I think this one was printed in either Belarus or Italy. Let me just double check this. It is printed and bound in Italy by Lego. So that's just so you know the difference. Now, these are quite hard to come by now. They're quite rare. And like I say, it is a good Bible in the sense that it's a really good size. You can see there it's a 10-point font that's going to be utilised. It does carry the epistle, the editor's introduction from David Norton. It does carry the epistle dedicatory and also the translator's letter to the reader. And then when we get into the text of the Bible, hopefully you will see that this is quite an impressive layout. It's a single column layout. Just make that a little bit bigger for you. Single column layout, and it is paragraph as well. Each book starts on a new page, which is something that I quite like, so that when we come to Exodus, for example, you will see that Exodus starts on a new page, so you could have up to a full page pretty much here blank, and I think that's nice. It helps you keep track of things, I suppose, easier to navigate around. Now, it does have some wide margins into which are some translational notes and corrections. There's no cross references in this Bible, but as you look through, you'll see that there's plenty of alternative renderings, translator and editorial notes in the margin there. Now, as we go through, hopefully you're seeing that the paper is decent. It's an opaque paper. The print size is really big too, a nice clear 10-point font. And with that sort of single column layout, it is actually quite readable. I don't particularly like how there's no gap between the chapters. I personally would prefer a bit of a gap, perhaps the chapter number, set apart a bit rather than kind of embedded into the text there. It's sort of wrapped around the chapter number. Also, the verse numbers are a little bit hard to see here, but certainly if you're more used to reading novels and things like that, it's a good way to read the Bible. Now, when we get into the poetic sections, I do like central single column layouts for the beautiful poetic layout. You can see it there. The Psalms indeed do look beautiful in this particular setting. Now the font, as I said, is 10 point. It's called Swift, and I'm a big fan of it. It's very, very clear. I like the styling of it. It's easy to read for sure. Now, as we come to the end of the Old Testament, you'll see in this version in particular, the apocryphal books are inserted after Malachi, and it will say there, the Apocrypha. The intertestamental books are inserted there, and then as we get into the New Testament, you'll see that it is not a red letter, it's a black letter text. So let's just find Matthew chapter 1, and we'll see if it's a self-pronouncing text. No, there's no pronunciation marks on there. So it's very easy to read. There's not much noise in between the words here because there's no cross-references, etc. So yeah, the New Testament's good to read as well. There is nothing in the back, so there's no maps, there's no concordance, word list, weights and measures, nothing like that. It literally just is this edited version of the King James Bible. So that's about the only time I want to spend on that. It's got some nice page gilding, some nice red and yellow head and tail bands, and it's got a single ribbon in there. Like I say, it is a big Bible. It does lie flat beautifully well as a result, but it would be a bit much, I think, to be able to preach from it one-handed. It is quite a chunky Bible, perhaps more suited to desk work and things like that. Comes in this cardboard slipcase. There is some box damage on this particular one, but this will be listed on our eBay shop page in the next 24 hours, so keep an eye open for it. Like I say, the first edition New Cambridge Paragraph Bible is hard to come by now. There are not many of these left. So if you're interested in that, check the eBay page out. I'll put a link in the description and keep your eye on it very soon. So that's all for now, but we'll catch up on another video soon. Take care, God bless, bye bye.